The mass of men lead lives of quiet desperation. What is called resignation is confirmed desperation. And whether you are male or female, if you're watching this channel, you want to do better. You want to make more money. You want to be a money boss. And you know what the thing is? The sad truth is life does not need to be a struggle. We live in the most prosperous times, despite what the news says, despite the chaos that social media creates. We live in the most prosperous times. But the problem is the system has been set up to keep you average. And if you're here watching this channel, I know you want to step into your personal power, make more money, and build your dream life. So if you are that person, like this episode, subscribe, and let's do this. Here is the thing. The education system, society as it's been designed, was designed for the industrial age. We are still coming up through the school system, sending children through a school system designed for the industrial age to train factory workers. The pension system, everything in society is designed for an era gone by. The white picket fence, the American dream, the Canadian dream, whatever country you live in and you're tuning in from, the dream of middle class is quickly slipping away. The rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. And while I never like to poo-poo the rich because wealth is here for all of us, the sad fact of the matter and the beautiful truth is we live in the most abundant time in history. We live in a time where you can pop up a phone, bring up social media accounts, create a business that generates money from your couch. At no time in history have we been able to do that except for the last, call it 10, 15 years. But yet we're sending children through a school system that is designed for the factory mindset, for the industrial age. That is gone. The information age is here and gone. We're in an age where the person that's going to succeed is a person that realizes that we are in the creator economy, the you economy. The rules of the past don't apply. And I'm going to do the apologetics here. If we're on an iPhone or a computer watching this video, we're all very fortunate. Yes, we're very fortunate, I think, to go through a school system, to have the infrastructure and society that we have. There's the apologetics. But the thing is, the system that trains us, conditions us, supports us, manages us is not designed to help you be the happiest, healthiest, most successful, and most prosperous version of yourself. The system that we are brought up in and currently reside in is designed to keep you average, to keep you a cog in the wheel, and to rob you of your five most precious resources. So that's what we're going to talk about today. As an individual, you have five currencies, five energies. I like to call them five superpowers. And everything in the world is set up or coincidentally is designed to rob you of those superpowers. And here's the thing, if you want to step into your money power, if you want to be a person that is personally powerful, making more money and building your dream life, you need to be the creator of your life. You need to take control of these five currencies, and then you will be able to be the boss of your life, step into your personal power, make more money, build your dream life. So let's start. The system that we live in, number one, is designed to take control of your time and rob you of your time. So we go from school to university, if you do, into a job. The job makes you work hours in exchange for money. Brilliant. We could support ourselves, we could feed ourselves, we can usually do fun things, buy things we want. But if you are trying to become the master of your destiny and to break out of the system, it is really hard to do so when you work a full job. And then if you have children on top, personal responsibilities, people to care for, leisuring that we want to do. The system is designed to keep you in the rat race, running, tired. Because the thing is, when you are busy exchanging your time for money, you can't really get ahead. By the time you get home, you are so tired. Then we'll move to number two. The number one resource that this world is designed to rob you of is your time. And whether it's robbing you of or giving you the privilege to earn money, you can look at it either way, positive, negative. But the reality is the system wants your time. It takes your time. And the number one thing you need to break out of the system is time. The second thing is energy. I just touched on it. Energy is your life force. Energy is what you exchange for in the form of your time, bringing your body to work to get money to live. So by doing that, you expend your energy. That is your precious life resource. You can't get your time back. You can't get that energy back. You can make more money, but you cannot get time back. The energy expended in the rat race takes up your time, and then number two, takes up your energy. When I look at people that want to be the master of their destiny and break out of the system, the hardest part is time and energy, and a few others, but we'll get there. When I really visualize somebody trying to break out of the system, the weirdest image comes to my mind. It's a person at a gym doing a pull-up. And I don't know about you, but I can't do pull-ups. They take a lot of energy. It is hard. The force of gravity is pulling you down, and we're not used to lifting our body weight. Weird analogy, I know. But the thing is, if you want to be a money boss, you want to build your dream life, it is going to take extraordinary time, energy, and the other things we'll talk about to pull yourself out of the system. Because here's the thing, you may get an idea for a business, way to make more money, and you're going to have motivation, but motivation is fleeting. You need the discipline. You're never going to feel like it. You're always going to be tired. There's always going to be things to do. So when I picture that pull up, that is literally how bad you want to break out of the system, how bad you need to want to break out of the system. You need to want freedom more than your excuses. Because guess what? When I was in the workforce and trying to launch businesses and improve my life, there was always a reason. There's always somebody calling you to come to a family party, friends to hang out, a ball game, beverages at the bar at night. There is always something. So don't ever think that you're going to want to feel like it. You're going to have the motivation. You're not going to have fear or concern or anxiety, that you're going to be well rested one day to be able to do this. The system is so designed to keep you running on that hamster wheel in the rat race that it takes up your most precious hours, time, and energy that you need to get ahead. In the last video, I talked about the energy of money. Money is attracted to high vibration people. What's the problem? So when we are so exhausted by our daily humaning, it brings our vibration down. It brings our mood down. It brings our energy down. And we don't have all of those resources to pull ourselves out of the rat race, to raise our vibration, and to attract the good things to us. I shared in the last episode, we don't attract what we want, we attract who we are. So if you're somebody that is stuck in the 9 to 5 and then running the kids somewhere, and you're exhausted and you're tired, you're frustrated, you're losing hope, you thought you were meant for more, but you're like, wow, I'm 35, I'm 40, 45. I've maxed out in my career and the industry. Like, oh my God, oh my gosh, is this life? No. This life that you're living today is a result of your past. Every day is a new day. And when you get the answers, when you start creating your reality, like I talk about all the time, a broken record, your thoughts, your beliefs form your feelings form your actions lead to your results. So let's explore that. If the system is designed to keep your mind in chaos, we'll go to that next. If you're operating on old thoughts and beliefs from your ancestors, that's way outdated. If your thoughts and beliefs are tired, chaotic, outdated, you're going to feel negatively about your potential, about the world, about your opportunity. You may feel like you're peaking in life. You're like, oh my God, I was so hopeful. I went to university, spent a lot of money. I was keen. I know I'm meant for more. I just don't understand why I can't get there. If you feel that way, you're going to slowly start to give up, and you're not going to have the motivation, the clarity of mind and feeling to take the right actions that are going to lead to the results, which are your dreams. So take the reality creation framework, hang on to hope, know that everything to today is results of your past thoughts, beliefs, feelings, actions. As soon as we get new information into our mind, new feelings and new actions, you create a new reality. So the hope, the truth of the matter is it's never over for you. Look at how many people only got success at 40, at 50, at 60. J.K. Rowling's, I'm saying it wrong, but the Harry Potter author, 40 years old. So many of us, if we're in those ages, we're like, oh, our career is peaking. I don't know. I don't know. And then we start to lose hope, right? And then look at Colonel Sanders, Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's in the US, it's in Canada, might even be around the world. He was 60 and built that. I could go on and on, just do a quick Google. Age doesn't mean anything, and especially not in this day and age. We live in the internet era. There are grandpas and grandmas on YouTube striking fame, talking about whatever is on their heart, their career that they retired from, and making bank from YouTube. Like our grandpas and grandmas. Majority of people that watch this channel are in 30s to about 50s. So if you are starting to feel that desperate urge that, oh my God, is this all there is to life? Help. You might not fully be there, but you're starting to, or you're like, oh, I'm younger, but this isn't working out like I hoped. If you're here, you're keen, you have a destiny. I've talked about that in other episodes. I truly believe each one of us are uniquely wired with gifts and baggage to support us on our journey to bring out our inner gifts, whatever that might be musical, might be singing, might be construction and building. It might be caregiving. It might be YouTubing. It might be writing. We live in such a beautiful time that we actually have the privilege to bring our gifts to the market easily, cheaply. I look at my grandma. For example, my mom was self-employed, a hairdresser and a business lady. But I look at my grandma. She didn't want to be stuck in a house. She had a lot of children. She looked after the farm. She was a farm wife. She had 11 children. She was a feisty thing. I'm going to guarantee, not that she didn't want her children or didn't love the farm. I know she did. Most beautiful lady. But if my grandma had lived in this time, what would she have done with her life? Right? And I feel that it is an honor to be able to step on the shoulders of the generations gone by, our grandparents, grandpa and grandma, our parents. The fact that we can actually bring our gifts and talents cheaply and easily to the world is a gift and a privilege that even our parents haven't enjoyed. So I digress, but it just makes me so sad when I see people, when I run into people, when I coach people and they're young, 30, 40, and 50, and I'm going, oh my God, you're just getting started. Everything has been practiced up until this point. Rock on. I have done a whole career building two media companies, 17 years. And there was a point in time where I'm like, oh, well, my companies are very successful. I felt it was time for something new. But I'm like, wow, I'm 40. And again, if you're older, you'll be like, honey, you're young. You're just getting started. Yes, but there's a lot of people, 30, 40, 50, that feel that angst on the inside. And you know what that is? I think that is our soul's calling, saying, hey, don't ignore me. And I'm not saying quit your job and start singing on the streets. Don't be crazy. I'm the money boss. Let's keep an income, start a side hustle. Now more than ever, we have the ability to do both things. So let's get back to the moral of this story. I am your biggest cheerleader, and sometimes I just get on a tangent because I don't care who you are, what your bank account looks like, what your life looks like, what your results look like, who your parents are, how you feel about yourself. You are an unlimited, powerful creator that can start today and dramatically change your life going forward. Okay. So, time, the system is designed to take or steal. If you want a more positive or negative word, the system's designed to take your time and your energy. Focus. Number 3. And this is an important one. Make no mistake, the system, the world, society that we live in will provide you with plenty of distractions to keep you distracted, to knock you out of your personal power, and to make sure that you don't accomplish your dreams so that you can continue to be a cog in the wheel building somebody else's dream. Why do you say that, Tracy? Focus. Well, here's the thing. How does your mind feel nowadays? I don't even watch the news, but you can't escape it. We have social media. And if you have an account on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and then if you watch the news or read a newspaper, utter chaos. Our mind is not designed to handle the complexity of information that comes our way. We talk about mental health. Why is everybody so sad, so depressed? The stats support it. We live in the most prosperous time, yet nobody realizes that. Why? The news is dedicated to bombarding your mind with negative, purposely or because what helps them sell their newspaper, their views on their website is negative, right? The mind that we have is always geared towards a negative bias. So if we see a clickbait title, we read it, and then you hear about some young kid dying from cancer. What does that do? Pay attention, okay? In the last episode, I talked about how money loves a high vibration, energy, frequency, vibe. Every negative thing you take in affects your vibration. affects your mindset and your ability to create your future. So I urged you in the last episode to feel what it feels like when you go onto social media. And no, it's not just compare and despair. You see all these people with beautiful lives and you want that and you're not living that and you can't figure it out. That's part of the problem because we get everybody's highlight reels. And then now the swinging of the pendulum, everybody's like, I'm real. Here's all my negative stuff. So we get both. The thing is, we also feel that as humans, whatever our personality type is, whatever our level of empathy is, feel it. That feeling when you're overwhelmed and sad and depressed and anxious after you get off social media, that killed your vibe. And guess what happens? It doesn't help you have a high frequency, have the energy and the positivity to pull yourself out of the system. The system, news, social media, movies, community, family conversations that are negative. Everything takes your focus. The entertainment industry, while we love going to the movies, we love playing on sports teams, we love cheering on our favorite professional teams, we love going out with our friends and family and kids. That is the beauty of life. I'm not saying we can't do that, but if you are a person that's here, that has that calling, and I'm saying to myself, I'm made for so much more. You feel it. Maybe you don't even feel those words, but you're here and you know it and you can do it. Just factually, you can do it. Start thoughts, beliefs, feelings, actions, and you'll just start creating a better life. There's nothing personal about this. You just need to take control of your creatorship and then get different results. That's the thing. They don't teach us that. We're meant to believe that the family we come from determines our future, that the economy is bad. Hey, there are more millionaires made in depressions and recessions than there are at any other times. There are more first generation millionaires and billionaires right now because of the internet than there ever used to be. Back not long ago, even when I started my media company, that was a big thing. Now everybody with a phone is a media company. I spent a lot of money to start my media company. People get an iPhone, pop up free social medias, a really cheap website, and they're a media company. We have unlimited opportunity, but the system is designed to grab your time, your energy, and your focus. And I want to give you a powerful analogy. Take a magnifying glass, okay? Leave that thought for a second. Most of us, our minds are so scattered because we are not taught to focus and we have a lot on the go that we need to do, but also we are a byproduct and a victim of social media. Our focus is scattered. If we're trying to launch 5 side hustles or take our kids everywhere or have 5 jobs or whatever, everything you do fractures your time and focus. I'll come back to the magnifying glass, but I'll give you another analogy. He or she that tries to catch many rabbits catches none. So if you want success, you need to be laser focused on catching one rabbit. Don't try and launch 5 things. Don't try and be a sports superstar if you want to launch a side hustle. Excuse me. Don't try and go to every sport game and every movie and read every book and watch every Netflix series. It is robbing you of your time, your energy, and your focus. If your dreams are really that important to you, you need to focus like you're chasing one rabbit, like you're an Olympian. And now moving to the magnifying glass. Take a magnifying glass. If you take it outside in the sun and put it on grass and shoot it down, like put the magnifying glass onto the grass, it will start a fire. I'm sure you know that. If not, just so you know, that is a testament to the focus The power of focus. That magnifying glass is taking all the sun's energy and power and focusing it onto one spot on the grass. That is powerful. Now take away that magnifying glass. The sun doesn't start grass fires. Put the magnifying glass. It takes all of that energy, focuses it on one spot, and creates power in the form of a fire. That is your focus. I had a poster up in my office for the longest time for me to focus because I'm an entrepreneur, I'm creative, I have staff, lots on the go. And it said, I think it's from one of the karate movies, it says, your focus needs more focus. And I'd look at that and be like, Tracy, your focus needs more focus. What is the main thing at this moment? You only have one moment. If you're doing 10 things, you're scattering your time, your energy, your resources, right? What is the one thing you need to do right now and be focused on for your dreams? At the end of the day, nobody's going to help you really accomplish your dreams. It's you saying, this is possible. Even if you don't believe it, believe me that I believe it's possible for you, because making money, achieving your dreams, reality creation is scientific. And if you follow the steps, you will absolutely accomplish your dreams as long as you're doing it successfully, offering a product of value, and you don't quit. You can just navigate until you reach success. So, time, energy, focus. The third one, let's go to love. And while this is not the Love Boss channel, here's the thing. We talk about the feeling part of reality creation. I talk about how money is attracted to a high vibe person. You know, feel it. When you wake up grouchy, you stub your toe, you get a bad text, you look at your bank account, feel that in your body. Just do it with me. Feel, like, think of something yucky or somebody you don't like, something going on. Ugh, right? You just feel it. Or maybe you feel it here, maybe you feel it in your gut, maybe you feel it in your heart. Different people feel it different ways. But no matter what, when you take in energy, you feel that negative vibration. Love is the highest vibration state. Love, gratitude. A lot of people are saying authenticity. To me, it's just getting yourself out of those negative vibrations. If you want to do well in life and achieve your dreams, attract money, create money, you need to be in a positive vibration. We're taught that life is supposed to be a struggle, that we're supposed to struggle. Don't feel good. The other shoe may drop. Everything has been conditioning us, designing us that we just got to put our nose to the ground and be a good mom or dad and struggle and barely get by and be thankful for our lot in life. It's not the world we live in. I look at my grandpa homesteading a farm, working the land before a majority of that machine, working with horses, raising 11 children when they barely had the money to do it, gardening, producing all their food. That's a generation that struggled. The worst part, we still have that mindset. And it came down from our parents that were raised by that generation that struggled. Our parents probably grew up in uncertain times, dealt with the thoughts and beliefs and programming of their parents, way outdated. Our parents raised us with outdated information. We live in a totally different time. Like, too bad we can't just upgrade our brain, erase the past, like we upgrade our iPhone. Imagine if tomorrow you woke up and you couldn't remember all your conditioning, your limiting beliefs, your past baggage, your failures, the expectations that you have of the world. Just imagine you plopped into today. You upgraded your mind like the iPhone upgrades overnight. You upgraded and you have a brand new operating system, clear slate. What would happen? You wouldn't wake up and think of your problems first thing. Most of the time, we wake up and recreate our past because our brain goes to what we know, right? This is a lot, but this is This is the magic of how you create your dream life. Nobody tells us this. Imagine a class in 12 years of schooling that we go to on reality creation, let alone money. I'd tell you all the classes I'd create for school, but we'd all be too successful. So let's say you woke up, you have a brand new operating system. You can't think about the past. Weird. What would you do? Wow. You don't have those nagging thoughts that you're dumb, that your teacher told you in grade 2 because you failed one math course. And now that's been conditioned in your mind because it's there. And you've had years telling yourself that you're dumb because that silly teacher told you that. You're not dumb, you just failed a math test. Let's be factual, not emotional about this. We don't erase our old baggage, all that old conditioning, and then we continue to relive it. So think that through with me. You wake up, there's nothing, clean slate. You'd probably wake up with an idea of what you want to do for your life and you'd just go do it. No stories about how dumb you are, how many times you've failed, how broke you are. You just wake up and do it. Isn't that crazy? That calms all the mental chaos. So, time, energy, focus, and love. The world is designed to overwhelm you. The media is designed for clickbait and hate. Look at all the race wars. Majority of this world, I'm going to say, are good people that want others to do well. We just want to be able to pay our bills, be happy, take care of our friends and family. Majority of this world is not racist. Majority of this world doesn't hate men or women. We're not in a gender war, but we're conditioned that way. Whether it happens accidentally or you're a person that believes the media does this on purpose to lower the vibration of the world, to keep us stuck in hate and fear and scarcity so that we can't pull ourselves out of the system and achieve our dreams. Whatever way you believe, it doesn't matter. That media, that social media, those movies, everything is designed to bring down your vibration. And here's the thing, when you're in doubt, fear, anxiety, scarcity, lack, hate, resentment, do you feel love? No. You can only feel one state of emotion. You can only think one thought at a time. So when everybody's bombarding you and you're feeling overwhelmed, you can't feel good. And in order to chase your dreams, take control of your mind, attract money, create money, you need to be in a high vibration. So if you find yourself in fear, scarcity, all of that, first off, just shut all that out. You don't need it. We do this to ourselves. Olympians guard their mind as much as they guard their physical activity because sports, our life is created in our mind before it's created in the reality that we live in. They did a test on an Olympic athlete and they hooked him up to all kinds of wires while they ran their race and they monitored the body. Then they had the Olympians sit in a chair and close their eyes and run their race in their mind. You want to hear something shocking? The output, the readings of those two scenarios were exactly the same. So here's the summary of that. Your mind can't tell what is true and what is false. Another example, sometimes our brains can be a little weird and we make up fights in our mind based on something somebody said, they looked at us different, something we're angry about. We make up these stories and arguments in our mind. Before you know it, you're mad. Guess what? You just made that up. The other person wasn't there. None of that was real. And you got your whole body into a vibration of angry, just like you were fighting with that person. Crazy, eh? When I learned that, I'm like, oh my God, my brain will trigger my body to react to a situation that's make believe or real, just the same. So now let's flip that. We control our thoughts and beliefs so we can control our feelings and actions. So if you're always thinking, stinking thinking, why don't you use your mind to create the powerful reality in your mind? Stop the bad stuff from coming in. Then you don't create garbage out. It's all about us becoming the boss of our life, the boss of our attention, of our time and our energy. Of course, we got to go to work. Of course, we got to take care of family commitments, children commitments, of course. But there's time that we have that's disposable that can be used to chase our dreams or watch Netflix or watch our phone. It's up to us what we want to do with that time and attention. We don't need to be a victim of society. We are the creator of it. Shut it off. The chaos stops, right? And as soon as you have space, you're not adding that chaos in, your body can start to calm down. You get positive, you raise your vibration, you focus on stuff that's going to help improve your life versus media. You're going to read a book. You're going to go on YouTube and watch a video like this or figure out how to start a side hustle. You only have time at this moment, energy at this moment, focus at this moment. What do you want to do with it? What you do with all those three help create your vibration. And if you can operate out of love, a trick, go into gratitude. If you're broke and sick, it doesn't matter. There's something to be grateful for. Thank you, I'm alive. Thank you for the sun. Thank you for the clothes on my back, the food in my stomach, the nutrition that feeds me every day, the job, my children, my family. There's always something. My cat, my goldfish, Tommy, who's my friend. I don't have a goldfish, but some people like goldfish. Get yourself into gratitude, a positive vibration, and that brings your vibration up. Then that helps you attract your dreams, not your nightmares. Guard your focus. And here's the next one. Money. What we love talking about on this channel. The system is designed or accidentally takes your money. So it gets you working and you exchange your time and your energy for money. Perfect, beautiful. We can pay our bills, make a great life. It takes your focus. The society will drop your vibration and try and keep you out of love and gratitude. But it's also designed to take your money. They don't teach us about money, really, in school, right? How ridiculous. All that time, 18,000 hours I calculated we spend in school. You can become an expert at anything in 10,000 hours. That's a thing in the entrepreneur world. So if we spend all of our schooling, which I know we don't want to, or they don't want us to, learning how to make money and be successful, we could be a professional almost times two. But they don't teach us about money at all. I don't know. Suspect, right? How to make money, how to save money, the negative effects of interest, the positive effects of compounding interest, how to take money and grow it, how to launch companies, the energy of money. That would be quite woo-woo, but there you go. No, they don't teach you about it. And then we're a consumer society. We're bombarded with commercials on TV, newspapers, magazines, social media. We go to malls, we see billboards, and we want. It's natural. It feels good. We think it's going to fill a void. Usually doesn't, and we need more stuff to fill that void. But everything is designed within the wage system and not by your employer, because companies nowadays are tight on their margins. And most great employers would want to pay their employees to the moon and back, but you can't if you want to stay in business. Each wage is worth so much. Each employee is worth so much. And you can only pencil that in so many times. Business owners, companies are having a hard time staying into business these days, right? So you only get paid so much, and then you get taxed, and then you get taxed on what you buy. And I'm not going to complain. It is a privilege to be able to make money and be able to operate a business, but you only have so much room. And then there's the pressures to go out with friends and family. They don't teach us how to budget. We see things we want, and guess what happens? We spend all our money that we just gave our time and energy and focus for. So we talk about the hamster wheel of society keeping us stuck. Not only are they taking our time, our energy, and our focus so that we can't put it on our dreams and pull ourselves out of the system and live our dream life, they take you and your money through consumerism, through debt, the interest, and then you start to struggle. And guess what happens? If we're not taught about debt, we get a credit card as a kid. Most people have credit cards because they can't afford to live. Cha-ching, cha-ching. We're in debt. And in no time, that debt has us stuck on the treadmill of showing up, the hamster wheel, of showing up to a job that we hate and we can't quit it. And our time outside of work is spent scattered everywhere. You're going to have no time to pull yourself out of the system. No money to do it. Because even though it's easy and cheap to launch a business nowadays, it still costs a bit of money. It costs time, it costs focus. So all around, if you're sitting there and you're still listening to this, thank you, because I can't share what I share with context and stories and experience in 10 minutes. I'm sorry, I can't. If you're still here and you're wondering why you can't achieve your dreams, it's because they don't teach us how to create our reality. They don't teach us about money, and we get stuck and trapped in the system that robs us of our 5 most precious resources, currency, and superpowers. And while we still need to go to work, you can slowly start to take control of each one of those. And then that's how you become a money boss. You stop spending on stuff that makes you feel good for a little bit, and then it's old news and in the closet. And then you need the next thing. You take control of your consumerism. You don't get further in debt. When you're not in debt, you start to save. When you start to save, you're financially powerful. When you don't have the stress of credit card debt, marriage fights because of money, you start to have the bandwidth, the focus to think about starting a side hustle, to get out of struggle, to take control of your life. You start to do that, you launch something, you bump around, you test, you learn, you fail, you succeed. Eventually, you succeed if you keep on trying. And then you get your time back, then you get your energy back, and then you're living life on your own terms. That's how you become a money boss. I've done it. I created a media company back 17 years ago, competing against media giants in our industry, almost a one-man band, and I hired staff and grew my company. I have done this from the ground up. I have built my dream life, and nobody will sit down and walk you through these weird little intricacies of becoming a boss, of becoming personally powerful, because everything's designed to rob you of your superpower. I hope this makes sense. I hope you enjoyed this. This stuff here has changed my life. Yeah, if you want to make money, you can work on strategy all you want, and there's a time for that. But the start of the journey of becoming the boss of you, the CEO of your life, the master of your destiny, that starts with the basics. It starts with taking control of these 5 things. And then you're getting out into the business world, starting a business, and then you're creating new realities. And it's jumping up, quantum leaping, as they want to say in the trendy videos nowadays. I mean, I can use those words like manifestation, quantum jumping. But you know what ticks me off is when they use those words, because what does that mean? And nobody quite explains it because it's not sexy to walk people through reality creation, to tell people that they are in a system that is designed to trap them, to keep them average, that nobody cares about your dreams, only you. That's not sexy, but I'm not here to be sexy. Honestly, I really am not. I am here to give you the truth of the matter and the baby steps on how you start to break out of the system and create your own economy, your own life outside of the rat race, right? So I hope you found this valuable. If you did, comment. I'd love to hear from you, even if it's a hi, Tracy, thanks, Tracy, love this, hate it, whatever you want to leave. I would absolutely love to hear from you. And if this is resonating, like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow the podcast, rate it. Anything that you can do, if you enjoyed this, helps me grow and get traction so that I can spread the word and start a money revolution, because life doesn't need to be a struggle. You are an unlimited, powerful creator. You just need to step into your creatorship and become a money boss. See you next week. Bye bye.